Live. Welcome everybody to tonight's programming. Here we go again. Hope everybody's doing good. These things are about to get a little crazy. No, I'm kidding. It's time for some more 32 tracks practice. We've got the run coming up on Sunday morning UK time, 11 a.m. Be there on the UKSG channel on Twitch. I'll be posting an announcement. But hello everybody, welcome to the stream. My name is Abel, as you know. Hello Rubes, Lutra Vibes, Saga, Flareon, Rockman, and friends. Polish also here. Hello, King Axolot. Welcome, guys. Let me just send the link around real quick. Hello, Cornea Flakes. Muy buenas. Yep, time for some goof troop. What the fuck just happened to the advertising channel here? Hey, helpful squid. Hey, Rockman. Good, you? Currently building up all of the 5v5 teams for my upcoming simulation season. Nice. I hear Windows 10. Yeah, I was just cranking up the volume so I can actually hear the TTS this time round. Linux. Which distro are you planning to switch over to in that case? I've tinkered around with Linux. Obviously there's a compatibility issues with tons of apps. It's good for a ton of things, you know, but Obviously, not a lot of Linux support for tons of the apps that I use. And I'm tired of running a command every time I want to do something basic that I can just click, point and click. Anyway. We have like 2.5 weeks until the end of Windows 10 support. Apparently, there's another version of Windows 10 which has extended support until like next year, I think. Like the enterprise version or one of these versions, I think. I forgot. Anyway. Till 2032, that one. Yeah, that's the one. Lovely. Well, at least there's that. Let's do a quick time trial, actually, because we haven't done time trial at the beginning for a while, and this is where we tend to get PBs. Okay, which track were we doing before? You know what? I don't want to do Rainbow Road. I can kiss my ass. Let's just do some MC. Okay. Ooh. Close, close, close. But yeah, I use 11 for work, and I mean, it's okay. We're just gonna have to get used to it. And that's that. PC doesn't even allow Windows 11. This desktop I'm currently on actually apparently doesn't meet the minimum spec requirements for Windows 11. But what does it mean exactly that end of life support isn't going to be... Like, end of life support's happening, like no more Windows updates. So what, man? You're not going to be protected against the latest virus signatures. I'm shocked. It's not like you click on, you know, anything you see. But eventually you do have to upgrade because apps will just end up not being compatible with the OS. So there you go. Like, not everything is compatible with Windows 7 nowadays. As good of an OS as that was, unfortunately, gotta move on. I'm sure there's plenty of bros out there still running Windows XP Server Edition. You know, the really glossy one. Early to mid 2000s gloss aesthetic that Windows XP had. Fuck me, man. Something could still happen. 126, baby. Just like that. Does that even beat Mr. Levette? Let me check. Yeah, just a very casual PR. Nice to start the stream. Very, very cool. All right. I'm one of the few players to get a 126 as well. Does that beat Marshall Lebet? Dude, no, it doesn't. He's got a 954. Oh my god. Can still beat it. It has a really shitty lap 1. And Tiger has a 126.7. So if I push this a bit further, I can cut 0.2. I can get 3rd place. And that'll be really, really nice. Nice. Well, I'm happy with that. It's a 126, so that's pretty good. Let's race against the Ghost real quick before we do anything. I think I made a really bad mistake at some point. Can't remember where. Yeah, no worries. No worries at all. That'd be really nice for my AF as well. Be nice for my AF. What the hell? I can't do that beginning still. Also, hey, Rikello. Welcome. This beginning, I can't do it. Yeah, some computers are still on like a really old version of Ubuntu for really specific stuff. Like at my uni, that's what it was. That's what it was like. Have any of you seen that video where someone used Windows XP with firewall disabled? No, I haven't. What happened? Actually, I haven't seen that video. No! No way! I got the clean cut and I managed to sneak an MT in there. No way! I would have been like 0.2 ahead. Man, that's too bad. The fast cut on lap 1 with PRB. Super inconsistent. Every time I've tried it, I've just failed. Trying to do it the way you do it, it just sucks, man. Hello, Rubes. Doing good. How are you? Just practicing for the UKSG marathon that's coming up this weekend. In fact, it's starting tomorrow, but I'll be running on Sunday. If you're wondering what that is, exclamation mark UKSG. And yeah, it's basically what Malmo was. but for the UK. You hand-delivered your CBs. Wow, people still accept paper applications? And a lot of people probably told you to go online and apply online, right? I remember hand delivering CBs during a period where everybody was transitioning towards online applications. So I could sneak in a few in there, but a lot of people would tell me, oh, you gotta apply on the webpage, blah, blah, blah. So we're talking like, when would this have been? 2013, I think? Just to do any kind of like retail job, just to earn a bit of money while still at college. Oh no, dude, that's my R button giving in, I think. Please tell me it's... Oh no. Dude, my R button. No! The day before the fucking... I have to go. That is so unlucky, man. Okay, I'm kind of depressed now. What do I do? Oh. It might not happen for the rest of the stream, but oh, that is not a good sign. Can't you just use left? Nah, left is it's all mapped. It's all mapped by default. So you can't change stuff. It's so no, you can't use the L button, I'm afraid. Half the time they just throw the CB away without even looking. Yeah. Thank you, Joseph, for the good luck. I mean, I've got a backup DS in case, but the D-pad isn't the same. I can even try it out. How come the R button gives up so easily? Because I'm pressing it every second on the racetrack. Here, I'm going to be pressing it very, very often. Just realized I'm not doing commentary. In fact, I can probably just start now. So this is Figure 8 Circuit, the first track of the Mushroom Cup. This essentially is the the sand playground, the sandbox for snaking. Yeah, I can live react to it. Why not? Oh wow, that is brutal. I'm hoping the R button's going to be okay on the day. But yeah, this track essentially serves as the sandbox to learn snaking, which is a technique where you spam left to right drifts in quick succession and execute mini turbos by rocking your thumb on the D-pad. Pretty much by now you could say it's an old relic in Mario Kart games. Really doesn't happen anymore ever since Nintendo saw what happened in this game and then really nerfed the mechanic in Mario Kart Wii. So Yoshi Falls, second track. Not an awful lot to say here. It's a Yoshi's themed track. I held the world record here for numerous years. Track has a lot of history when it comes to time trials. Big egg in the middle. Very short track again, so you have to obviously watch out when you are overtaking the CPUs, since they'll be using some very, very dangerous items. Like right around now on this box, Mario here, for instance, could get a blue shell, and I'd have to react to it rather quickly. Speaking of blue shells, you can dodge them. All you have to do is hold the mini turbo down, release it, and then hop away it holding one direction with the right timing. So that's essentially how you dodge a blue shell. And this is Cheap Cheap Beach now. First track where you can see that there are cycles in the game. Dude, this commentary started out so shit. I'm really not focusing. That R button fail really threw me off. But yeah, thanks for the good luck, Saint Saran. There really isn't too much to say about this track, other than maybe to talk about the world record history and stuff. Could just be Matthew and I just talking about whatever it is. Why are you doing such a commentary? Because I'm going to be running this category on Sunday at UKSG Speedrun Marathon. So I will be explaining the game and all the mechanics and stuff. But Matt Utter will be helping me with commentary in person. So I'm really looking forward to that. But thanks for the good luck, Rubes. Anyway, this is the fourth track of the Mushroom Cup, Luigi's Mansion, based off of the popular GameCube launch title. Very famous fact. You can actually crash the game here. If you hold A and B on the stair section at the beginning, you can actually crash the game for whatever reason. Well, there is a reason actually, and it's because the game is trying to look for a specific sound file within its code. There's a specific sound that is supposed to be made, I think, when going on that stair texture there, but it got left out of the game, so it tries to find it, it fails, and it crashes the game. You may have seen that in like a YouTube short or a TikTok or anything similar like that. Cycles to note here are the trees, which don't really affect too much the gameplay, so it's okay. It's just my very, very poor driving at the moment. We've got another blue shell, which we're going to dodge. Might as well touch on how reactive you have to be with the items in this category. You have to be on your toes at all times. Having quick glances at the bottom screen to try and determine when a CPU might get a lightning or a blue shell or a red shell or whatever it is, any dangerous item. Even though there's not much you can do against lightnings unless you're on like DK pass, and you get a special item box, and we'll get to that in a minute. Oh, got too much airtime there. This is Desert Hills. I could have had PRB there behind the pyramid. Might as well touch on PRB briefly. It's a technique known as prolonged rocket boost, and it's kind of like, you can essentially say it's stage 2 of snaking. So like once you've mastered snaking, PRB is the next level. It's prolonged rocket boost, and it's when you essentially maintain the perfect rocket start through snaking, through multiple chains of mini turbos. As long as you don't drop those mini turbos, you can abuse the off-road. Clear the off-road as if you're on regular terrain. It's extremely powerful, and it's, yeah, again, once you've mastered snaking, that's the sort of next level you graduate to. And you can clear tracks like SNES Mario Circuit 1 from the Shell Cup extremely fast, like below 40 seconds. I'm going to hit this Bowser. He literally just sped up as soon as I got there and hit me intentionally. So yeah, goes back to what I was saying about the CPUs being extremely powerful on the tail end of a race. They'll hit you with stars, maybe even a surprise bullet bill. Bullet bill being where that item debuted for the first time in the franchise. It's so annoying when you get characters like this. They latch onto you like magnets. It's insane. Okay, so Delfino Square. This track recently got a shortcut discovered on it, where you can jump over this wall here on the right and basically cut across the grass section and skip having to go through the mud alley or around it. And it saves around probably a good second or so. So that's one way of transitioning outside of the town section here. The other is to do a dock jump, which I completely I mean, we landed on the dock, but we didn't, we bounced into the water, so yeah, very, very good track. Got brought back in Mario Kart Wii, and I believe another game. Can't remember which one. Probably Tor brought it back. I'm not sure. But tons of DS tracks actually. Whoa, that's bad. Tons of DS tracks actually made it onto the recent Mario Kart games like 8 Deluxe and World. Desert Hills got brought back in World. DK Pass as well, which we'll see on the next cup. Hello, Sparkling Image Car Wash. Tudo bem, caralho. So this is Waluigi Pinball. Made really famous recently because of the super bounce, which was discovered here. You can basically hug the railing on the left there, land a super precise jump with a mushroom. How did that not drift? And then you can jump over the invisible wall and land around here, and it skips a good 7 or 8 seconds. I've been getting lightninged so many times at the end of this lap on Waluigi Pinball. I don't know why, like so many times lightning, man. So yeah, the world record has improved drastically during the period of between April 2024 and I believe probably, I'm not sure when the current world record was set. Maybe MK Dasher can tell us in the chat. But basically throughout 2024, this track, Delfino Square and Luigi's Mansion, which I didn't comment on before when it was being played, underwent like an insane transformation. And lots of new world records were set. using this new super bounce tech. So credit to Guanlong X and Zumo de Papaya. Have you tried doing the glitch yourself? Yeah. I was one of the world record holders briefly. You can watch the video on YouTube. It only did a 1 out of 3 bounce on only one of the laps, but basically, yeah, I briefly held the 3-lap and flap world records here. Crazy to think, because I never thought I would ever hold a 3-lap world record ever again in the game. So I'm really happy about that. And now moving on to Shroom Ridge, the 4th cup of the Flower Cup. A very, very good cup, might I add. Another cycles-based track. Gotta watch out for the moving vehicles. And now be performing some PRB, hopefully. If I can just string the MTs together. So far, so good. And just about dodge that red car. I hope I can get that in the actual run. So, the world record here, PRB's a full 3 laps, and it's set by a Japanese player called Tiger. You might have heard his name from one of Summoning Salt's YouTube videos in 2024. In the Mario Kart DS World Champion History video that he made, which we as the MKDS community are extremely grateful for. So yeah, we have to be very, very careful here with the cars. But once you keep at a consistent pace that you're familiar with, you'll recognize all the car patterns and stuff. And oh, very, very dangerous there. We do not want to come into contact at all with any of the CPUs. They tend to hit the vehicles there as well. And let's go for the swag ending, and there we go. That's a pretty good race. Could you implement the super bounce into your future 32 track runs? I suppose I could try. I mean, the time I take to farm mushrooms, I don't know if it would be worth it. Like, that's probably 5 seconds to bag for mushrooms, and it only saves like a total of 7 seconds, so we're talking 3 seconds of potential time save. I don't know if it's worth it, unless you get it like 2 out of 3 or even 3 out of 3, which is like pfft. And then obviously you have to account for RNG, which might interfere, like a boo stealing your items, or a blue shell hitting you, and of course a lightning. So that's one example of a boo stealing your item right there. Can prove to be really fatal, especially when you really want to retain a banana or a green shell or whatever defensive item in order to block off red shells, which, in my opinion, red shells are probably the most lethal item, with the exception of the lightning in this game. Mostly because of how you can dodge blues with relative ease. Oh, I went for that. I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to come out of it okay, and it went okay. But this is not a good pace, unfortunately. Actually, it's not too bad. Never mind. But anyway, on average splits, we are looking decent-ish. I didn't talk about DK Pass at all there, but whatever. Moving on to TikTok Clock. There's a track based off of Super Mario 64, famous Nintendo 64 game. Again, very cycle heavy. Just make sure you don't hit any of the pendulums and navigate around the whole track with all of its cogwheels and stuff. Very important to get those bursts of speed right at the end there when transitioning laps. And I'm not sure I'm making this cycle, to be honest. Probably not. No, I'm not. I'm not going to go for it. So you can go to the right there if you're fast enough, just for a slightly tighter line. But my lap one wasn't that fast, so I didn't want to risk it. But so far, relatively decent TikTok clock. It's probably going to look like a 134, maybe a 135 at worst. CPUs are really not in the way in terms of items, and there we go. Lightning slows down our pace. Lightnings can cost you something like 7 to... It's so amazing how they always get in your way. But anyway, a 140 with the lightning and some pushing around, pushing and shoving at the end. Not the worst. Alright, we got a PB here before. So this is Mario Circuit. A track with a bit of history when it comes to a shortcut that was discovered in 2014. Which completely transformed the... I didn't get PRB there, sadly. Not too bad.
This just in, we've just received a $50 donation by Superstario. Thank you a lot for your great donation.
Thank you so much for your donation. Appreciate it. Anyway, the jump you saw there was discovered in 2014 by a Japanese player. His name was Toa. Actually, I think it was Folk. I'm not actually sure who discovered this, but it was either one of the two. Toa or Folk, and yeah, basically we had no idea there was some geometry on the ground, on the grass, just going uphill slightly, so that allows you to get enough airtime. My goodness. And that's a 3 out of 3. Fairly common lately to get a 3 out of 3 here, especially given the fact that I've properly learned it after all these years. Been neglecting it for so long. So it saves a good 1 to 2 seconds. Very, very effective shortcut. Sadly, it did end my reign as a world record holder on that track, which I was very sad about. But yeah. Hello, Razel. Yeah, pretty decent time, like a 130. But anyway, so yeah, my goal there is like a 128, I think. I think I got a 128 in a run. But anyway, this is Airship Fortress, a very, very popular track. A fan favorite. Got brought back to Mario Kart World. Races quite well. Us in the community like to refer to this as Australian Fortress, actually, because it's steeped in Australian former world record holders, dating all the way back to like 2007, 2006. So yeah, Australian Fortress, remember that one. So far, a pretty decent. I open my mouth and that's just what happens. Thankfully that fake item box doesn't affect our pathing. So that's all good. And we end with a 148 with a lightning hit, which is pretty good. It was probably going to be a 144, 145. And now moving on to the Special Cup. You'll soon see why we call it the Special Cup. Here I'm going to perform a technique known as PRB Restart. For whatever reason, the boost panels in this game preserve the rocket start boost effect. So if you drive on them with a drift and then carry on snaking.
Time for another
God, it actually
donation.
made it.
Big thanks to Goofy the Ultimate MKDS Player 42 for donating 456 rupees.
Oh! Thank you, Goofy, for your very, very generous donation. Yeah, I thought that was his donation message. I didn't even read it. Cool. Oh! Okay, I got too much air there. D-pad slightly malfunctioned. It's fine. I'm pressing up and nothing happened. What is this? And another blue shell. We are just getting hammered with items. It's okay, we can just get... Well... Yeah, no PRB, sadly. Just very, very unlucky with the timing there. And there we go. A 202. Very poor time, but we got there in the end. We're still ahead on average splits. Now we move on to Peach Gardens. To my surprise... Oh my god. To my surprise... Not to everybody... Hold on. I need to actually... It's just very, very hard to talk and play, man. Very, very hard. Thankfully, you got triple shrooms there, so that's good recovery. Allows us to, well, I have to use one straight away there. So we've got 2 left for laps 2 and 3. To use here. 1. I'm going to be using the next one, or the one we've got left for the next lap. Never mind. Welcome to MKDS. Yeah, this track has a very, very difficult strategy. I thought I was going to go in between the banana and the green shell. Hello, puddings. Yeah, I just didn't really care enough about doing commentary on this track. It's just so difficult. I'm hoping that Matthew can just help me out here. There's so much happening, man. You have to probably dodge like a ton of ricocheting green shells. Dodge the moles, dodge the chomps, drive okay. Anyway, Bowser Castle, second to last track of the Special Cup. Very, very technical. Lots of moving aspects to it, like this spinning bridge, the spinning platform. Sorry, not spinning, but like moving platforms that you're about to see here. So yeah, very cycle based, very difficult to race on at a high level. To be aware of these thwomps as well. Well, I got a 152 here yesterday in an attempt, so I'm quite happy with that. Which was a very near miss gold as well. But yeah, the older of a player that you become, the more you appreciate the more.
Oh boy, we've just received some news.
Technical tracks
Goofy has just stolen
that
10,000
don't necessarily
Venezuelan
involve
bolivars
just
from our
blasting out
donations
mini
account.
turbos
Give
on
you
a
us the
flat,
money back, Goofy.
on a flat surface.
Triple.
You do appreciate these pauses, like here, pauses of intensity, if that makes sense. Okay. But yeah, definitely one of my favorite tracks on the whole franchise. Just a very difficult race at the moment. I almost landed straight on the banana and got hit by a bullet bill. Still, got a 158, so that's not too bad. Moving on now to Rainbow Road. What can I say? There's one of these in every game. And it's loaded with shortcuts, 2 of which I'm going to show off. Hopefully, first one's coming up now. Yep, we wanted that. We did not want Rob to shoot us with a red shell. That would have been very bad. So that's the pipe shortcut. Basically, use a mushroom or a mini turbo, and then fly off to the left of that pipe there. And Lucky 2 basically respawns you. And this is the second one. Could you imagine I had made that? This is the most insane timing ever, man. I don't understand. I don't get it. Yeah, the run is just ruined. Completely ruined. Yeah, just completely ruined, man. Yeah, I cannot... Like, I have to... I have to carry on after one attempt. I simply cannot keep trying to do the shortcut. Oh yeah, the I think I clipped that, didn't I, Razor? When you're so locked into commentating and stuff, you get so confused. Then I watch it back and I'm like, oh, that's obviously what happened, and there we go. Of course, DK's gonna throw me off, and oh, we almost made it. Just by this much, man. Just by that much. Oh my god. Alright, should we do a proper commentated attempt? Let's do a proper commentated attempt. See if we can finish the run. Alright. Do you want to... Oh, yeah. Did you make it... Did you upload it? Like, has it been unlisted, or... Here we go. Okay. Still unlisted. Okay. Alright, let's... We have to react to this. This is a world first. Okay. Alright, we're doing this. We're doing this. We are reacting to MK Dasher's new video, guys. We're going to do this quick before going into the run. Alright. Let's do this. Hoping the audio's okay. Rainbow Road 3 lap with Dry Bomber. Oh, I can see how the handling's really, really good. Beautiful music. Automatically beats my PB. Yeah, the handling must feel so great to turn around there. Yeah. It must be so that you get a brief, momentary advantage, you know, compared to the egg one. $32.8. I'm guessing this is like a 137 or something ridiculous. Okay. Okay. I'm guessing this is a 137. It is. Oh my god. Oh wow. Is it a 136? Wow. That's almost world record. No way. Actually, no way. That's almost a 137. I mean, a 136. So, could you world record with Dry Bomber? Basically. You could basically world record. Lap 1 is BKS. That's absolutely insane. Damn, so it is possible to world record then. Dry Bomber on Rainbow Road, who would have thought it? Insane, absolutely insane. I haven't had a donut in ages, and I feel fine. I'm not having any donut relapse symptoms. All right, thanks for linking that. Well done. That's a crazy run. Good grief. All right. All right. So, I guess we should start now with a proper commentated attempt. Alright. Right, okay. Hello, my name's Abel and I am a Mario Kart DS player. I've been involved in the community for the last nearly 2 decades or so, and I've been streaming this game for the last couple years on Twitch. Some of you may know me as that one Mario Kart DS guy that you might see on YouTube or TikTok or whatever. But yeah, this is pretty much the only game I stream, and this is 32 tracks, which is a playthrough in VS mode, 150cc with difficulty turned on hard, all tracks in order from the Mushroom Cup all the way to the Lightning Cup. And I've got with me Matt Utter on commentary. He's in spirit with me right here. Say hello, Matthew. Hello, Witty. And yeah, I guess we'll just get started and we'll talk about all the various tech and stuff. So we'll get a countdown going. Pretend to be Matt. That's way above my pay grade. Could I join and be Matt? Bit late for that. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, go. We're starting off with figure 8 circuits. It's literally an 8, so figure 8 circuit, and this is what most people consider to be the sandbox for snaking. See if we can dodge. There we go. We just had to emergency dodge that red shell there with a very advanced piece of tech, which is called crashing into a wall there. So yeah, that's a nifty little way to manipulate the AI, the red shell AI. I'm going to do it again here. There we go. So apart from using bananas and green shells, you can also dodge red shells by just sweat. This Bowser is really making me work in the first minute. And I'm getting blue shelled as well. This is bad. But yeah, this is the technique you are watching is called snaking, and it involves midi turboing from left to right in quick succession. And that was a blue shell dodge. It's just too much to explain in the first minute of the run. But yeah, blue shell dodge can be basically performed by holding down a mini turbo and timing it so that when the blue shell is hovering right above you, you release the mini turbo right before the point of impact, hop away, and then hold a direction. So you can sort of hop away from the impact zone. And it's fairly easy to do that in 150cc. It's possible on 100cc, but it's much harder. So Yoshi Falls, second track of the Mushroom Cup. Big Egg right in the middle, just right in the middle there. Don't fall off like I just did. But yeah, fairly short track. I was a former world record holder here. Not much to be said. Just snake your way to the finish line. There's no cycles or anything that can really affect your gameplay. So you just have to keep going. And then on the next track, Cheap Cheap Beach. That's a cycle-based track, so we can get into that a little bit. But yeah, it can sometimes be a bit of a nuisance when you fall off here. But it's very important to just get a good line. And there we go. So that's a second track. And you want to stick as much as possible to the right, hugging the waterfalls and hugging the edge. As scary as that is. But this is Cheap Cheap Beach now. Let's see if we can get ahead of the CPUs here. It's a bit complicated when the beginning of a track is very narrow, so it doesn't give you a lot of room to work with. And you just get bumped around by the CPUs, which you want to get away from as much as you can, because especially the heavy classes are very dangerous and they can knock you about, throw you off the stage, throw you off the track, etc, and just mess up your lines altogether. I suppose I should talk about the optimal kart and character combo. So in Mario Kart, generally, throughout Mario Kart history, the heavy characters tend to reign supreme. So your Bowsers, your Donkey Kongs, notably Bowser and Donkey Kong Jr. in Super Mario Kart are the two best characters at world record level in time trial. But it's different in Mario Kart DS. The optimal kart and character combo, if you're doing a category such as this one, will be Dry Bones, the lightest character, with the Egg one, which is the most all-round in terms of acceleration. My god. In terms of acceleration, handling, mini turbo, boost length, and so on. It's the best all-rounder. So you want to use this for a category such as 32 tracks, and if you're playing online and stuff like that. So this is Yoshi's Egg Cart and Dry Bones. And this is Luigi's Mansion, which is final track of the Mushroom Cup, based off of the popular launch title on the GameCube. Not much to say here, apart from it being a very good track with a nice mansion and outside transition. The trees move around, and that's pretty much the only cycle-based thing that can become a nuisance to you when you're racing. And this jump is very, very important that you get it when entering the mansion, just to give you that extra burst of speed. And yeah, just as long as you've got the strategy memorized, you just race through. Keep a protective item like a banana or a green shell, and just basically pray that you don't get hit by a lightning in order to get the fastest times. The world record for reference for 32 tracks, throughout the 52 minutes and 14 seconds it took, only gets hit by a single lightning throughout the 32 tracks, which is absolutely insane, and it's a, I think, 1 in 800 and something chance of it happening. Shout outs to Big Puddings for the statistics that she always gracefully provides. So that's a pretty terrible ending to the Mushroom Cup, but we got out of that one. Moving on now to a very good cup, the Flower Cup and Desert Hills, track which has been brought back in Mario Kart World. Okay. One thing I should mention here, yes, so Bowser's just used his red shell. Hopefully it's gonna, exactly. So every single time a CPU uses his red shell there early, it's 99% of the time, unless you take a very funky line, it's gonna hit the pokies. So thank you, pokies, for saving my ass over and over and over during attempts. But yeah, going back to this track, recently made a comeback in Mario Kart World, and was also featured in Mario Kart Wii. You can take a very, very crazy shortcut where you skip this entire lake part and you basically jump across to the other side of the track. Can't remember exactly how it works, but yeah, there's no such thing here in the DS version, unfortunately. Very good race. Probably close to a gold split, I'd say. Yeah, Dasher's bid is going to be made public soon. But now moving on to Delfino Square. Fan favorite. Also came back in, I believe it was more than one game. Mario Kart Wii, notably. And I think the other one might have been Tour, I'm not sure though. But once you exit the town section here, there's different routes you can take. First one I'm going to do is go into the mud alley here. You can snake through. So this is pretty good. This is faster than having to go around. I can show off the second route here, which is taking the dot cut much harder. Let's see if we can make it. If you're playing this track in multiplayer, the mushrooms are extremely powerful. So bagging for triple mushrooms is something that you want. And sadly, didn't quite make a dot cut there. This is what it looks like if you go around the mud alley shortcut. And sadly, if you're not quick enough, like I was there, made that mistake, the bridge starts being raised, which means you're not on a good pace. I should try. Oh, it's a bit tough now with the ink, but I'm gonna try it again anyway. We did it. We somehow did it, all inked up. just for the showcase. So that's Delfino Square. We redeemed ourselves slightly on lap 3. Now moving on to Waluigi Pinball. Second to last track of the Flower Cup. Again, a very, very popular track in the whole franchise. It's been featured in Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS. And of course, got brought back in 8 Deluxe for the DLC. And I think in Tour as well. Tour isn't a game I've played so much, to be fair. Oh, that's my bad. But yeah, in 2024, just a year ago, a very impactful shortcut was discovered where you basically skip most of the spiral section here and just fly to the very end. I can show you exactly where I'm referring to. This is something that Matthew can probably explain. But just here on the left, if you just hug that railing right there that you see, and then you frame perfect hop with a mushroom, and basically jump over and get what is known as a super bounce. I knew that was coming. My timing was a bit slow there. So you get what is known as a super bounce, and it allows you to basically fly down to the pinball section of the track with all the pinballs and cut essentially 7 to 8 seconds. And it's proven to be a massive, massive game changer for the individual world record here. It's gone down from a 155.5 to a 131.8, I believe. I couldn't dodge that one because my cart was sticking too much to the ground. Very unfortunate. And oh, this is looking ugly. Okay. Man, I've not been able to get a good Waluigi Pinball race recently. I don't know what's going on. Do you find it difficult to hold an item while holding the PRB? Yes, it is difficult, but I've done it. I've even dodged blue shells and maintained PRB, which is arguably harder. So this is Shroom Ridge now. The final track of the Flower Cup. So far, an excellent, excellent cup in terms of tracks. I'd say probably one of the best in the whole franchise. Again, a track where you have to stay on your toes when it comes to cycles. You have to be very, very careful. As long as you're keeping a very steady pace, then you should be able to navigate it well from memory, because you know where all the cars are going to be and such. And from that noise, we know we're getting a blue shell, which we managed to dodge successfully. So it didn't really affect our pace too much, although now it might change. That's good, as long as that bus doesn't get around the corner. Then again, a lightning will prove very costly. For reference, the world record here, PRB's a full 3 laps. And it's by a Japanese player called Taiga. So look up Taiga. You might have heard that name from one of Summoning Salt's videos in the last year, the history of the Mario Kart DS World Champion. Do check that out if you haven't. Oh, this part is always very, very... Oh, for some reason I got fooled into believing that was an actual... Even with 20 plus years of experience in this game, you still think... You still fall for these fake item boxes. And, yeah, to my knowledge, they've been taken out of the new game, so... But yeah, time for the Star Cup, and this is DK Pass. One of the defining qualities of this track is a special item box that sits on top of a hill. We've just gone past it, but we'll get it on lap 2 hopefully. And this item box is special because you always roll a star or triple mushrooms, and there's always I think a 0.05 chance of getting a red shell, which is bizarre, but we definitely do not want a red shell because it's useless in first place against CPUs like this. So ideally you want a star, so let's grab it now. You want a star in order to protect yourself from a lightning. There you go, got the star. So now what we're going to do is just keep an eye on our bottom screen for the 7th or the 6th to 8th place players in case they roll something. Let's see what Daisy rolls. Okay, Bullet Bill. So far we're good. We're just going to keep an eye out because this is virtually the only way of dodging the lightning on this track. In fact, it is literally the only way of dodging the lightning. And if you're in no position to dodge using a mini turbo, you can simply dodge the blue shell using the star, like I'm about to do now. Wow, that was cinema. So there you go. Almost subbing 150, which would have been a pretty good time. DK pass went quite well, I think, given the circumstances. Now moving on to TikTok clock. Obviously, if you're familiar with Super Mario 64, you know this track is based off of that. Came back in Mario Kart 8, I believe. Very cycles based. Not much to say here other than just race as fast as you can. Make use of the cogwheels for right here at the end for the lap transitions, just to get an extra burst of speed. And yeah, just gonna see if I can make this cycle here at the end. I'm not sure if I'm gonna. No, I'm not gonna make it. But basically, if you're fast enough, you can go to the right of that pendulum on time just to get the optimal line. And now, since the cogwheels are in reverse, I'll take the one on the right. Just for that extra burst of speed. That is extremely unlucky. Sometimes the lightnings can catch you when you have a bit of sideways momentum, and when you're on the edge of the track, then you'll almost inevitably fall off the track. So yeah, just really unfortunate. Why is the rum gone? You tell me. You tell me, Witty. Okay, so Mario Circuit is second to last track of the Star Cup. One of the best. Mario Circuits, that... yeah, that is awkward. Literally never happens. I don't even need to explain what happened there. It's just boring technical stuff. Oh, you see, I let go of the A button and therefore I lost control. You know what I mean? It's just like, who cares? So what matters is showing off this shortcut, which I almost managed to do, which saves a little bit of time there, as opposed to having to go around. That was discovered by 2 Japanese players, Toa and... oh, hang on. Always got to be on your toes for these blue shells and these horrible items that always come your way. But that shortcut was discovered by 2 Japanese players, Toa and Folk. Sadly, I've not landed it once, and we're getting blue shelled again. This is very, very rare. So the lightning is probably coming at some point, I think. And yeah, I just didn't react on time for that fake item box. So I put my hand up for that one. Let's see if we can land this once. Not even once. We got it 3 out of 3 in a previous attempt that died on Rainbow Road. So that's a very, very poor time, has to be said. Fell off. And yeah. Missed every shortcut. But now moving on to Airship Fortress. This is final track of the Star Cup. Again, all these tracks have been continuously brought back in the newer game, so it's really nice to see them being appreciated and reinvented, and yeah, very cool that they still live on. And the one in Mario Kart World is mostly faithful to the original, from what I've seen, one I've played. And shout outs to fellow MKDS player, MKDS1992, aka Stefan Meyer, who managed to get a top 10 placement on this track in Mario Kart World at one point in the last couple of months, I think. So he's been my doubles partner in the World Championships, which are happening this year. Yeah, definitely want to be aware of those of the fire there. Can prove very, very costly. Sadly, a very slow Airship Fortress, but what can you do? Well, actually, not too slow, but 147. It could be worse. It could be worse. Okay, so now moving on to Wario Stadium. Track with a technique called PRB Restart, which I'm going to show off here. Basically, it's PRB. And it's been discovered that you can mini turbo off of these boost panels and regain PRB. So any track which has these allows you to perform PRB restart, essentially. So now what I'm going to do is just cut through all the off-road there, and then take this really exciting glitch shortcut, which saves approximately a second. So basically you jump into the abyss over that wall, triggers the checkpoint, and then Lakitu comes and picks you up from the abyss, and then yeah, you save 1 second. You just rinse and repeat every lap, as long as there's no interruptions. This should be a fairly smooth ride. Let's have a look. There we go, that's number 2. We're looking fairly comfortable at the moment. Let's see how this lap 3 treats us. More often than not, there's a green shell hanging around the mud area. Let's have a look and see if it's there. How much you want to bet? Just around here. Oh, it's clear. Okay, we've managed to clear it, and this is a fairly clean race. That's a really good time, a 150 with a missed MT just before the shortcut. Yeah. Now moving on to Peach Gardens. Another track very popular in Mario Kart Wii. Yet again, another track that gets brought back. So many DS tracks have made it onto future games. But yeah, very cycle based with the chain chomps. Has been a big issue in the time trials community when it comes to breaking pace locks and so on. But yeah, very, very difficult track. And just like in Shroom Ridge, the enigmatic Tiger has managed to pull off a 3-lap PRB here, along with MK Dasher. So it's been a ruthless battle over the years to lower the record. I believe it's currently at a 122.4, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so heading now into lap 3. One thing I didn't really cover earlier is the fact that when you're on a good pace, catching the tail end of the CPUs can be very, very scary because of that. Because they bully you in these tight spaces and very, very narrow roads. So it's very, very difficult sometimes to not collide with them. It's almost as if they've got like a magnetic attraction to you. It's very, very annoying. But there's not much you can do other than to evade them as best as possible. So this is Bowser Castle. He's trying to give me a run for my money. But we're going to steer clear from him. And luckily we got a shroom here. A second place item. I believe it was. Bowser's Castle, probably one of the most technical tracks in the whole game. I'm going to use the mushroom fairly soon. Just because the Boo tends to steal our item. So we're just going to use it there. Again, very cycle based. These thwomps can be a problem if you're on a slow pace. If not, you go around them. Then there's this rotating floor room here. So you got to adapt to that surface. That is a huge shame. If you fall down there, it is a long fall and a lot of time loss. And then the lightning to add insult to injury. But yeah, as I was saying, there are several elements to this track that have lots of, I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, lots of stuff on this track moves around basically. So the platforms at the very end, as you could have seen, and obviously the spinning bridge. So you have to adapt to these depending on the pace that you're running at. So here, yeah, just managed to just about recognize. There we go. Oh yeah, and you finish at the end there. Because the finish line extends across the lava. There's an invisible finish line there, so as opposed to having to drive around, it's a very, very cool swag finish. So Rainbow Road, what can I say? Every Mario Kart game has one. Some have shortcuts, some don't. This one certainly does. I'm going to place the fake item box here in the hopes that one of the CPUs hits it. Mario has used his red shell straight away, which prevents us from doing the first shortcut we wanted to do. And this, usually the red shell AI tends to not be very good on this track, but it found its way to me. And we're getting lightning straight away, 40 seconds in, and blue shell. This is brutal. And we just about miss that very, very narrow window of dodging. I'm going to perform another shortcut here, which it is very, very difficult to do. But it basically allows you to skip the loop and land on the right side here. So it allows you to skip this whole loop. And this will be the other shortcut which will perform. It's called the pipe shortcut. You mini turbo or use your mushroom. Jump into the abyss to the left side there. And Lackey 2, just like on Wario Stadium, Lackey 2 will pick you up and place you back on the track. And it cuts around 1 second or so. We're going to try this loop shortcut again. Yeah, it doesn't, it really doesn't help when there's a blooper in the way and you literally cannot see your reference. But somehow we managed to dodge the blue shell. It's just going around. It's like, oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go? But anyway, we're just going to do the pipe shortcut one last time. It's a shame we couldn't show off the loop cut, but it's a very, very difficult one to pull off, so please forgive me, because I fail it a lot in runs. But for reference, not doing this shortcut, like the non-shortcut world record here, that's 2 lightnings here. The non-shortcut record here is a 153, and the shortcut record is a 136, so that puts it into perspective. Hey, Le Cookie. So now we're on to the retro tracks. This is the first track in the whole series, SNES Mario Circuit 1. And this is what I like to consider the PRB sandbox of the game. So Figure 8 Circuit's the snaking sandbox, and this is just PRB Central. As long as you have the rocket start boost effect from the very beginning, and you do not miss a single mini turbo, you can basically glide along, just glide through the sand and cut all the, just cut all the off-road. So now we're moving on to Moo Moo Farm from the N64. So the retro tracks for each cup are basically SNES, N64, Game Boy Advance. Wow, what did I get hit by? Oh, okay, I got hit by the mole and I just didn't get a single item. Let's see if we can get a 7th place item here. Let's see what we get. Okay, okay, I got hit by another mole. Yeah, so the order is SNES, N64, Game Boy Advance, and GCN. So basically a track from each of the past Mario Kart games that came before DS. I'm just going to use my mushroom here because I can already see it coming. Abu's going to steal my my item, and I don't want that. Might as well just use it.
Where is the rum? Up your bum. Up your bum. Why is the rum gone?
Woody, I'm doing commentary with you.
Sending cockwaffle has spunked all over you, naughty slutty slut slag bitch.
There we go.
Fucking retro track, my big fat bottom. Now eat this.
You got revenge sitting on my face and fighting your dirty slut.
Moo Moo Farm,
I want to
unable
compensate
with the prolonged
TTS.
rocket bollocks. Well done, matey wank off. Thank Woo, you smelly hoe.
Thank you, Witty. So, okay, much like the first retro track, this is just PRB to flat track, just PRB on the grass, cut as much time as you can, and just do not drop an empty. As long as you do that, you will just be gliding across the off-road, like so. Oh yeah, and as long as you've got this, you're basically immune to bloopers as well. Sadly, I dropped it there by missing a mini turbo. So as you can see now, I do not have any PRB. So going on the off-road, I will have the slowdown penalty. As standard. Yeah, there won't be any TTS, man, on their channel. It's going to be on their channel. On the UKSG Marathon channel, I think it is. Such a pain in the ass, honestly. So GCN Luigi circuit, again, as you can see, there are some boost pads which allow for PRB restart, which is the thing I was talking about before. Are you streaming tomorrow? Nah, I'm going to be in Glasgow, hanging out there with Matthew and co. So just have to do your best basically to avoid the chain chomp here, and it's a big problem for the with the item, since just face head on with opposing traffic. So sometimes, in fact now, see, look, almost got hit with a red shell that didn't go all the way around. It just basically hits you almost head on, sometimes on the like front facing. Let's see, maybe a blue shell. No, okay, this race hasn't been so bad. Have a good one in Glasgow. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. But yeah, that's hope it goes well. Yeah, man, I'm hoping it goes well as well. Thank you, thank you. I'll ping the Discord once it goes live. It's 11 AM on Sunday, 11 AM UK time. So again, another flat track. This is Donut Plains 1. So all you have to do is PRB. Don't drop the MT. MT again is short for mini turbo, abbreviated for mini turbo. I want to give a special shout out here to Dr. Mario, aka Cole Edwards, Canadian player, who's currently gunning for #1 on the non-PRB rankings. He's got the world record here, probably his finest work. Only person to ever get under 55. So yeah, it's very cool. But yeah, fairly simple track, not a lot to say. Just PRB as much as you can. And this is Frappe Snowland from the N64. One of my personal favorites throughout the whole franchise. Oh, lucky I landed that. Fun fact, that shortcut was discovered in MK64 many years later. So not too long ago. We've had this shortcut in MKDS as a track port, as opposed to them having it only like a couple years ago. I think it got discovered in like 2021 as something that's feasible. So very, very funny. We kind of like to tease them about that. But yeah. So basically cut that bit of off-road there and jump over the dead zone. You having a tough time? What's up? So Argic should be there. Just spectacularly impressive. That's Frappe Snowland. In the MK64 version, you can basically turn around at the beginning, then drive into the off-road, and it will trigger a lap count. So you can basically finish the track in like, I don't know how long it is, like 20 seconds or less in MK64. But because our game works and has checkpoints... Is that a double? Bloody losers. They were so close together, I'm surprised they didn't break. Wow. Dude, this is a disaster. I think my paces have gotten worse and worse, and I just cannot control it. I'm definitely convinced that the RNG is getting more and more out of control. There's just nothing I can do, man. It gets worse and worse. But yeah, like, I don't know how much more, like, my commentary is just going to sound bland, man, if I carry on now saying, well, this is SNES Bowser Castle 2, this is the second to last track of the month. It's just, you know, I need someone like Matthew, or just do some informal chatter about it, you know. But if I'm alone, if he's, you know, if he's not well on the day, I'm hoping he's well on the day, then damn, I'm gonna have to just talk my ass off. Oh yeah, it's been very, very rare, Razor. Was awake for 30 hours straight because I couldn't sleep last night and had to work. You're training your replacement. Are you leaving your role? Yeah, for like an hour-long run, I think you kind of need a little bit of a rest, no? Like, I think I'll be fine to commentate everything. It's just that there are tracks where it's like you just say the same thing over and over. Like, it's just another cycle-based track, just like this one, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, had to hit one of them. That's one of the things that sometimes I tend to do on the finish line. Just try and aim, get my frustration out on these CPUs. Try and green shell one of them or snipe them with a banana. Right, so we've made it to the Leaf Cup. This is 7 cups in now, and Lord behold, Bowser has a red shell and is already gonna... Actually, okay, the red shell didn't reach us, but we did lose PRB, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Yeah, I could mention the odd thing, Witty. For sure. I'll just say whatever. But yeah, just another SNES track. Not much to comment on. You 3-lap PRB it. You get yourself a cool 40-second time. There's cheaps that get in the way, but now this is Choco Mountain. A marathon of a track. I like to call it a big marathon, since there's sort of an incline here and a bit of a climb up to the mountain section. Got to watch out for the boulders. Make sure that you do not... I'm just sucking so hard today, man. I don't know what to say. Or it's just... I don't know. I hope that it's just me trying to commentate as much as possible and it's distracting me, because my gameplay's been piss poor, man. But yeah, in Mario Kart 64, the weather Tenko is a glitch where... and the audio is pissing me off, man. It's just, I need to get a new cable. Like, I'm literally so annoyed at this setup. I can't even concentrate right now on commentary. I'm sorry. And I just hear, like, flickering and every now and again. It's just so annoying, man. I'm having to deal with bad luck all the time. Yeah. Oh, and obviously the first signs of my R button starting to deteriorate. So probably after this event I'm going to be sending it off to be serviced. and finally get that input viewer in. But yeah, that's Choco Mountain. There we go. That would be much appreciated, Puddings. Thank you. Alright. LC2. GBA Luigi circuit. Whether this is a wet floor sign or a dog stretching in 2D. That's up to you to decide. Just check out the bottom screen there. Now, when do I get an opportunity to tap my bottom screen again so I can actually see the normal perspective here? Okay. You can do it with either the touchscreen tap or the Y button. But yeah, this is, I believe, the only track currently at world record level for time trials where the dry bomber, dry bones is standard single shroom cart is still being used. And yeah, world record is by young gun Japanese player Tiger. The 113.1 you would finish right around now. And that's actually a fairly good run. Wow. A 120. But of course, Tiger keeps PRB the whole way. And it's much, much more difficult to do that with the Egg one. On a track with that many turns. So this is now Mushroom Bridge, final track of the Leaf Cup. Cup I'm not very fond of, to be honest. Tracks I don't like too much, so I'm glad to be getting out of here. Much like Shroom Ridge, this is cycles based. Just basically drive around the cars. And yeah. Unfortunately, you cannot drive on the edge of the bridge like in Double Dash. But yeah, check out a very, very cool video that Summoning Salt made about the history of it was not history, but like shortcuts in Mario Kart Double Dash. And our good friend iMathy features in it. Multi-talented Mario Kart player, one of the best in the entire world. From Canada. So yeah, lots of chaos here as we're catching the tail end of the CPU, and Daisy is just screeching in wonderful, I don't know how many bits that is, what bit rate that was, but yeah. Final cup now, last 4 tracks. Choco Island 2 is the first one. Some more PRB action. Did what I could to space out those mini turbos as best as I can. Sadly lost my boost there, so I'm just gonna... Wow, that is complicated. How do I get around these guys? Oh no. Yeah, that's why I keep saying about catching the tail end of the CPUs. It's seriously horrible. Like seriously horrible, especially here at this ending section. But we still get a 53, which isn't the worst time in the world, but yeah. I did see that task, Puddings. I did see that. The one on Yoshi Falls, right? With the Banisher. Rob and the Banisher. You tortured those 3 CPUs. I think one of them got freed, right? Anyway. Booba. Show me your booba. But yeah, Banshee Boardwalk. If you know, you know what to do. Very ominous track. Okay. Definitely the N64 version does it more justice. It's much darker. There's a lot more light here on the DS. And it's not as ominous. So yeah. Here comes a red shell, which, yeah. Sometimes they get so much air that they just jump over you and then hit you from the front. So gotta be aware of that. Yeah, probably just donations here or something. In anticipation for Sky Garden. Very important. Yeah, you can probably just explain what's coming up if donations aren't being read. But basically, Sky Garden's coming up, and it's a very make or break type of track. I'm probably gonna have to be silent just to concentrate as much as I can. This is horrible, man. I've fallen off so much this attempt. Thank you, Dalatif, for the good luck. Thank you very much. Okay. Here goes. Okay. Okay, so had I not been lightning there, it would have been really good. Just get robbed time and time again, man. It's really insane. Get lightninged and blue shelled right mid-air, so I cannot dodge unless I go around, but it's just tough to anticipate the blue shell. So yeah, not much of a difference for this run. My pace is hugely nerfed by those items, but whatever. Thank you, Ethan, for the good luck. So now, final track here, Yoshi Circuit. One thing that's missing from this port, interestingly, is the tunnel. The tunnel part here, I think to the left, that's been removed. So for anybody who's played Double Dash, you might remember the tunnel that was there. Also, it's fairly easy to perform the shortcut here. You can even perform it on 150cc or the light cart. Without a mini turbo, so you don't need a, don't even need a mushroom or a mini turbo. Oh yeah, no Yoshi Copter either. The Yoshi Copter, for some reason, got. I mean, they gave us the Luigi blimp, but no Yoshi Copter. I think Yoshi Copter can come in a future patch of the game. But anyway, now we're heading into lap 3. And getting ready to hit the timer. Dodge probably our final blue shell of the run. And yeah, just the lines are just absolutely terrible to deal with. Time. Okay. That's it. Very chaotic run. I did my best to explain everything as much as possible. I think I commentated like 75% of it, and I think I've got all my bases covered, and I can do whatever it is I need to do. And hopefully Matt will just fill in and just describe any of the tech that's just help, basically. Because damn, dude, having to concentrate, driving well, talking at the same time, evading items, all this stuff, very, very difficult for such an input-intensive game. But yeah, just carrying on with my commentary. So that's Mario Kart DS 32 tracks. Thank you for watching. Thanks for having me, CT. Oh my god, I was going to say CTGP. Thanks for having me, UKSG. It's a real privilege to be running here for charity. I really do appreciate the invite. And if you're interested in Mario Kart DS, please do check us out on mariokart64.com/MKDS. That's the main time trials leaderboard, world ranking with all the world records for all the tracks listed. And you can join our Discord, Mario Kart DS Network Discord. If you look it up, it should come up. That's the central hub of competitive Mario Kart discussion. We're currently doing our World Championships this year. Every summer it takes place. It's beginner friendly. There's a doubles category and an unrestricted category, so do check that out. That's being streamed on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/abel. And thank you for commentating, Matthew, who's sitting right next to me. And yeah, we're in our 20th year, by the way. So 20 years of Mario Kart DS. That's very important that I mentioned that in the actual run. So we're celebrating that in our 20th year. Yeah. Thanks for having us, UKSG. And enjoy the rest of the event. Please keep donating. Thank you very much. I don't know. Just improvise. Just can pull it out your ass. It don't matter. There's people that, like in Japan, Ryota and 2XXL had like a script and everything when I was playing. It was insane. Insane. They were practically reading off of the script half the time. But yeah. I think I'm prepared. I just don't like the idea of potentially doing it on my own. I just hope Matthew is well enough. We should be alright. But okay, chat, okay. What do you guys think so far of the commentary? I think it's particularly polished in some areas. And there's other parts where it's like, when I'm playing another track, it's more of the same, and I just don't know how to fill the air. And that's where hopefully Matthew can just talk whatever shite he needs to talk, and we just, bounce off of each other and blah blah blah. And that's it. But doing commentary on this alone, it is so difficult. So difficult. Trainers Quidgy, I've been lurking for the last hour. I found you on the front page. I know nothing about MKDS speedrunning. You are wonderful. Oh, thank you so much. That is so... I love heartfelt messages like that. I really do appreciate it. And thank you for the follow. I believe you followed, yeah. Thanks so much. I'm on the front page, really? I'm on the front page of the papers. That's wicked. Thank you so much. I think the only bad commentary moments are when you're forcing yourself to commentate, because Matthew would obviously be talking then. Then if that's the general consensus amongst everybody right now, then I think that's I think we're ready. Or just, Matthew comes over tomorrow. Apparently he should be feeling all right. But if he comes over tomorrow, we've exchanged numbers and stuff, so he should be coming. But he's been pretty ill this week, so I'm just hoping he's feeling better tomorrow. Yeah, we'll go over it tomorrow in the afternoon probably. Just a few pointers and we'll bounce off of each other fine, I'm sure. We'll just talk, man. Imagine Matthew being in your vicinity. Imagine having Matthew's phone number. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. Did he just WhatsApp me? Alright, he just WhatsApp me. But anyway. Right. I did get this new shiny time. Where is it? There it is. I got a 126 on Mario Saketo. Mario Sekito. So I'm very happy with that. That was at the start of the stream today. But yeah. New PB. No, I got this at the start of the stream. Look, I'll even race against it for a little bit. Yeah, it sadly doesn't beat Marshall's former world record, but there you go. Oh. It's only off by like 10 milliseconds, I think. Also, I'm slightly anxious because my R button has been showing signs of decay. So yeah. And I think I lost PRB there, so we'll restart that. But if it comes to it, I've got my backup DS, even though I'll probably play substantially worse. It's here, so might as well show it off. Look, I'll show it off. It's signed by all these players. Look at that, beautiful. I probably showed this off before on stream. But yeah, plenty of Japanese players there. Very cool DS to have. Probably going to get more signatures in the future. Kyle, 2XXL, Sabata, Leighton, MH, Ankatsu, Ryota, Yutakato, Infinity, Kenichi, Guppe. Yeah. So in case this DS fails for whatever reason, I've got this one with capture. So it's all okay, even though I'm not that used to this DS, but might as well take it just in case. Anyhow. Yeah, one day you'll meet him, I'm sure. Make sure to get some DNA on it. That is, ethical isn't the word. It's diabolical. That is, some mad scientist shit right there. Okay. Oh yeah, true. He's apart from myself, yeah, he's the only other player. But he was non-PRB champ, by the way. Might I add. I wonder how powerful he would have been if he had taken PRB seriously. I think he would have had a 112 on figure 8. Like he had the MT style for it. too bad. Ah, that is too bad. That is too bad. He did get that pretty shit-ass PRB run on MC1. Yeah, I saw them film that video and I was like, that time's not good. You should be getting a 38, man. And they're like, yo, a 39, bro. I was like, this is embarrassing. This isn't it. This isn't it. 39 with Pult. This is taking me back to 2008. When I was like, yo, look at that Pult go, bro. Jesus, I really flew with that shortcut on lap 1. Bro. What is that robbery? My God, man. I just took off. I just fucking... Too fast for my own good, man. What the fuck? I think he's gonna... He's got a good shot at the championship. You can, if he keeps working the way he's working, what is he, 3rd place right now, and he keeps refining each one of his times, then it'll be amazing to see him, like it was just meant to be, you know? Olympic level hurdle jump, yeah, exactly. I can actually PB again. The boy has a 126.7 with like a shit post of a run, by the way. 1.4 AF. Oh, it's doable. With the way he plays and the way he's cutting AF slowly but surely everywhere. And his fixation on non-PRB, it's like, I think it can actually happen. At this rate, it could happen. Yeah, a Westerner becoming MKDS champion. Well, for non-PRB. Yeah, it's a pretty inspiring story, to be fair. I think it would warrant a video. Like a mini doc. The documentary. Man, I gotta get back to making videos. It's just so difficult to balance streaming with uploading YouTube content. Yeah, Max has been the closest person. After Michael Fried. God, what a shitty fucking cut there, man. I used to call him Michael Fried when I was younger. Okay. Bro. Brother. Well, I'm happy anyway. I got the 126. But it's a bit of a shame I didn't beat Marshall Lebet. Would be nice to get that 4th place. And it would be nice to get that 3rd place as well. Just to edge out Tiger. And in turn give MK Dasher a better lead in AF. Kappa. Man. $19.98? Are you kidding me? Has there really been no Canadian champion in any game? What about Cole Gilbert for Mario Kart Wii? Was he ever a site champion? Come on, he had to have been site champion in that game. Right? Has he ever been site champion? I had such a lead there and it just evaporated. No. Jasha wasn't site champ either. I see. Well, we'll see if it will come home. Oh. Yo, that line. No! No way! Oh my god. Missed MT. What a missed opportunity as well. That would have probably been third place. Yeah, I was 90% sure I was going to hit that Goomba, and I somehow just didn't. Sick lap one, I gotta say. Sick lap one. It might even be a best split. Not sure. Goomba Hamad. Holy fuck. Anyway. I'll do like a couple more attempts. Then I gotta be getting up early tomorrow to catch my flight. Alright, Witty. Take care, man. Thank you very much for watching as always. Apparently NASA is considering nuking an asteroid to deflect it from hitting the moon. Really? Is this like mainstream news or? How big is the asteroid? Oh, bet it's not even on mainstream news. It's not. What is it with this saying something thing? It's a I've been seeing this trend lately. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, like ass. Ah. Eggman air plot. Christian way. Not in my Christian MKDS server. Anyway, that's it for me today. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll probably be live next time on Monday, probably, since I'm flying out tomorrow and I'll be spending the weekend at UKSG. Remember, if you join the Discord, if anybody's not in the Discord, join the Discord. I'll be pinging out when my run's going live. UKSG, it's gonna be fun. Let me just look up their channel. Yeah, UKSG Marathon. I'm gonna give them a quick shout out. So if you haven't followed them, do give them a follow. Thanks everybody for watching. Let's see who we can raid. So yeah, remember, Sunday, 11 AM UK time. That's where my run is. I'll be tweeting about it and obviously pinging the Discord, so join the Discord. Right. Now, who are we raiding? Who are we raiding? You know what? Let's raid Lumi Laura. Don't know if they're going to be at UKSG. Maybe not. But let's raid Lumi Laura. Spyro Speedrunner. They're currently doing a 10+ hour stream. But yeah, thank you very much everybody for watching. I'm done. See you on Monday and see you on Sunday for my 32 tracks run at UKSG, UK Speedrunner Gathering. Okay, take care. See you all later. Bye bye.